Hey everybody, Kat here. Welcome to the channel. Hope you're having a great day. It is Friday afternoon and big news just has been reported within the hour. Under intense pressure from the king, this is from the Daily Mail. Under intense pressure from the king, Prince Andrew finally gives up all his remaining titles, including the Duke of York and his Order of the Garter membership, as he's banished from royal life after a fresh string of scandals. And we know what those are. All the recent email revelations that we've had. His emails with Epstein, as well as Sarah's interaction with him, and the understanding now that everything they said before about the limitation of the relationship and when it ended and this kind of thing was a lie. And I mean, if they've got that, who knows what else they've got? There's great fear of even more coming out, and not only that, expected in just a matter of days, I believe, we have Virginia Dufresne's book coming out. Her posthumous autobiography. Of course, you know, she offed herself a few months ago, they say. So yeah, and the thought is on that there's gonna be just some really awful revelations about Andrew in there, and of course, with her not around, you know, yeah, he can refute things, but then there's always, well, yeah, you said you never met her, but you know, you're willing to give her $13 million. That always struck me as a little odd. But anyway, yeah, that is it. That's our big news. It's all over Talk TV and GB News and ITV and the Daily Mail. You know, we have Andrew's statement. I'll read it to you. A statement by Prince Andrew. In discussion with the king and my immediate and wider family, we have concluded the continued accusations about me distract from the work of His Majesty and the royal family. I have decided, as I have always have, to put my duty to my family and country first. I stand by my decision 5 years ago to stand back from public life. Well, we know the Queen kicked him out, but their way of saving face, for sure. That's what this is. He goes on, with His Majesty's agreement. We feel I must now go a step further. I will therefore no longer use my title or the honors which have been conferred upon me. As I have said previously, I vigorously deny the accusation against me. So that's just a bit of saving face. The king and or William, I suspect, said you're done, you know. But when you look, and we're all going, rah, rah, you know, we got what we wanted, Andrew's out, and Sarah, she's only going to be known now simply as Sarah Ferguson. They state in the article. But think about it. Big hoo-ha. It's in all the papers, on all the news. Doesn't really matter. Look at this closely. What's been taken away from him? His Duke of York title. Really doesn't mean a lot. His member of the Order of the Garter, a chivalrous organization. And also his membership as a Knight of the Grand Cross. Those have been taken away from him. So what does that mean? What does that mean? It means he's ceded the right to parade around in a fancy hat a couple of times a year. That's it. That's it. He gave up a velvet coat, velvet cape, and a hat a couple of times a year on parade. That's it. They said nothing about him leaving Royal Lodge. You know, nothing about that. So, he hasn't lost anything. He hasn't lost anything. He won't be able to show up, publicly at church at Christmas or, any of the public events. And in the background, I think, after this, I think for a lot of people, including family members, probably gave him the benefit of the doubt to a certain degree. And I mean, you have to understand that every single one of them has stuff they don't want you to know. Guaranteed. So to support him, yeah, But it just got too much, and so something had to be done. I've been talking about this for a long time, that King Charles would lose the support of his people, and we're there, and this is a direct result of the seminal event. And if you don't know what that is, check out the video. Now, yeah, so this is big hoo-ha. It's very performative. Will it be enough to satisfy a really angry public when they realize he's given up a couple of titles? He's still got his place as, he's in the line of succession. He's still in the line of succession. And he's still a counselor of state. That's what I was looking for. Those have not been removed. Two very serious positions within the royal family. He's not had to cede those. Just the ceremonial stuff. Put away your hat, sir. That's it. So it means nothing. I mean, there's some people out there so full of bloodlust, they're like, all right, go after Harry and Meghan next. Strip them of all their titles. It means nothing. It's a trick. It'll convince some that something's been done and the world is righted somehow, and his level of corruption has been notified and dealt with. No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. There's been no investigation into what he got up to as an envoy for the government. No, no evidence of the skimming he did with Pitch the Pellis. He was taking something like, I've heard, between 2 and 5% for himself. You know, there's real estate deals. I'm sure there's other, you know, SA kind of stuff. Who knows what's gonna come out? I'm sorry, Charles, but you have to go a little bit further than taking away Andrew's fancy hat. Hope you enjoyed this. Like, subscribe, leave me a comment. I want to know what you're thinking, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now, everybody.